Welcome to the first episode of Chuco's Power Picks. It's showtime, folks. So, Chuco's Power Picks, brief synopsis of what we're going to be doing here is a couple of movies that I think that you should check out that don't get talked about so much. I mean, of course, we'll probably get into some really well-known ones later on, but for the most part, Chuco's Power Picks is going to be a couple of movies that, maybe don't get talked about so often, that might have flown under the radar, and that I recommend you check out just for a night at home, or if you want to look for something that you've never seen before, anything like that. That's what Power Picks is supposed to be, and we'll get into brief synopsises of the films, but think of it as, he dropped a Chuco's Power Pick. This is a movie that, I've never seen before. People don't really talk about, but is a sleeper. All right. So that's what Chuco's Power Picks is going to be. We're workshopping it. This is the first episode, so if you're catching me later on and down the line, it might have changed a little bit, but that's how it began. So our first Chuco Power Pick for this channel is a movie called Shot Caller. Now, Shot Caller is a movie that I found probably in my first year in undergrad. It was just one of those movies I took a chance on. I saw it pop up on the, I think it was Netflix at the time, which it's still streaming on Netflix as of right now. So if you're catching it now, in 2024, it's still on Netflix. But back whenever I caught it, it was just one of those movies that I was sitting down and I wanted something to watch. It kind of just drew my attention for some reason. And I saw it, and guess what, guys? This turned out to be a sleeper for a while, and I've been a big fan of this movie ever since I saw it. So the plot revolves around a character that goes by the nickname Money, who is somebody who works in finance. In the beginning of the movie, it's really well documented that he is somebody that's of high status, who does all these deals. He's like a little bit of a yuppie, if you know what I mean. And he starts off that way. And one night he goes out to dinner with a couple of friends, and after having been drinking, and causes a car accident. Somebody drives into him and one of his friends dies, which leads him down a road to where he ends up in federal prison. So in that, he becomes part of the system of that, because he has to politic, and he becomes part of a group within the prison that completely changes his life. So the film of Shot Caller just revolves around this one character and his descent into becoming a criminal, part of a criminal organization, and rising in the ranks of that criminal organization. Now, why do I recommend this film? This film is not exactly a cinematic masterpiece, if you will. This is just kind of like an action adventure movie. But what I do like about this movie is that it's gritty and it's kind of stuck in realism. For people that like that, I'm somebody that likes kind of grounded action movies. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Michael Bay boom shakalaka on the screen every once in a while. But as someone who really enjoys kind of like a story-driven character study, I think this movie, for what it is, shows Money's, I guess, rise through the criminal rank pretty well. It shows the decisions that lead to him getting to the position he's in the film pretty well. And I think that it just does an exceptional job of doing that for the kind of movie it is. You have characters in here, another one named Shotgun, played by John Berthno, who, if you guys are fans of the Punisher series, he does an excellent job in this movie. He plays one of the people that Money runs into while in prison that becomes one of his allies. And there's a lot of like cool little plot lines. There's action, there's betrayal, there's love, there's family ties that get severed. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. Now, something I do have to note is that this movie is rated R, as you might have probably guessed. It's rated R. It's not exactly a movie that you would like want to watch like in a family setting or anything like that. But if you're like looking for like kind of an action-packed thriller, it's really entertaining. It's an entertaining watch, and there's a lot of good dialogue in this film that I really enjoy. It's just a film that I feel like not a lot of people talk about, and when I have heard of people talking about it, though, I feel like they share the same like interest in that movie, that same passion, because There's been only a couple of times where I've brought up the movie Shot Caller to somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a great flick. Like I've seen that," but it's only few and far between. So I think this was really a sleeper movie, and it's a movie that I recommend. You know, if you're just bored and you want something to watch and you've never seen Shot Caller is definitely up there to check out. Now, just to give it a rating, you know, my channel, we do ratings every once in a while. Might as well include a rating in this film. I wouldn't give Shot Caller a 5 by any means, or not even a 4. Shot Caller is definitely a 3 movie. It's a 3 out of 5. Maybe even to some, it might be a 2.5 out of 5. That's not really a great, like, cinematic masterpiece. But what it does well, it does extraordinarily well. And I really enjoy it. And just the kind of action it gets, you know, it has like it's got the violence, it's got the grit, you know. It's pretty cool. It's a great movie. I definitely enjoy it for what Chuco's power picks are. And that's what we're trying to get. Shot Caller, whenever I was thinking of what I wanted to do with this segment of the channel, Shot Caller came to mind immediately as one of those movies that just doesn't really get talked about too much, but is entertaining and deserves a watch at least once in a while. Like I said, this one is streaming on Netflix as we speak, as this video is being released. It's streaming on Netflix. It's worth watching. And yeah, Shot Caller. But what do you guys think? Have you seen Shot Caller? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Disagree with what I'm saying? Leave it down in the comments below. Are you looking forward to checking it out? Or are there any movies that you think should be one of Chuco's power picks that doesn't get talked about all that often, but you think deserves a watch or a rewatch, and deserves to be talked about a little more? Leave it down in the comments below. Guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us grow. Like and share this video. Definitely appreciate it. Or ring the notification bell so you can get all the notifications of when we drop a new video. Chuco's Power Picks. Looking forward to doing a couple more of these, and we'll see what we uncover and whether or not you find some hidden gems in the future. But it's always like my friend Shotgun used to tell us, and that's...